Hey y'all, I'm Hanny XOXO and welcome to or back to my channel. I run a small crochet business called XOXO Crochet Plus Whimsy where I sell mostly plushies, all handmade by moi at in-person markets. I also recently launched my website, so make sure to check that out as well. It'll be linked down below, along with all my other social media and any other links or patterns that I mention in today's video. Today we'll be doing a yarn haul as promised in last week's video, and I have to be so honest with you all. As a viewer of the YouTubies, I can sometimes find yarn hauls to be, well, boring. I know. Please forgive me. I do still sit through many a yarn haul, don't worry, because I find that most, if not all, of the YouTubers that I'm subscribed to, I do genuinely enjoy them as people, so I'll watch all of their videos even if I'm not super interested in the content of specific videos, just because I find the person likable, funny, relatable. I want to know about their life updates because I'm nosy, whatever it may be. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure a lot of other people do that as well. Like when you find a YouTuber that you really like, so then you go and you binge watch all of their videos, even if you might not be super interested in the content of a specific video. You might just watch it because you like them as a person. And obviously, it would be so awesome if I could be a comfort YouTuber like that to someone out there one day. But I also just want to make sure that my videos are entertaining and that I'm putting fun content out there in videos that I would enjoy watching, not something that I would find boring. Anyway, the point of that tangent being that today will not just be a yarn haul, but it will also be a spooky season pattern roundup, because I actually impulse bought about 6 spooky season themed patterns about a month ago, but then immediately realized that I did not have the correct colors of yarn to make pretty much any of the plushies that I bought patterns for. But luckily, our friend asked if I could make her a custom order literally the day after I did that impulse Etsy shopping. So luckily, I was able to justify putting in a premiere order to get the yarn that I need for our friend's custom order, as well as all the other spooky season plushies that I just want to make just because. So in today's video, we won't just be doing a yarn haul, but I'll also be showing you the spooky season patterns that I got and telling you guys exactly which yarn I'll be using for which patterns. So if anyone wants to do a little crochet along and make some of these patterns along with me in the coming weeks, you'll know exactly which colors I used for which of these patterns. Hopefully I can figure out how to get my community tab going so that when I'm gonna start crocheting each thing, I can post it there, so that if you guys actually do want to crochet it along with me, we can do it at the same time. Maybe I can even figure out how to go live. I don't know. We'll see about that. But if you're on the fence about any of these patterns, don't worry, because I'll also be putting out reviews of them in my videos in the next few weeks. So definitely look out for that if you're curious about my thoughts on any of these patterns. But back to today, I'm so excited to share this premiere Parfait Chunky yarn haul with y'all. So first, I'll be doing a straight up, no nonsense yarn haul where I'll be showing you what each of the skeins looks like, as well as letting you know how they feel texture consistency wise, just in case you actually are here for a Parfait Chunky yarn haul and would like to know what the yarn looks and feels like before purchasing it for yourself. But if you're like me and you've been using this yarn forever and ever and don't need another yarn haul to look at what it looks like because you can just look in your yarn wall at home to see it, then as always, I'll have timestamps down below so you can jump straight to the patterns. And now that I've yapped your ear off, let's get into this yarn unboxing and haul. And here is my bag of Parfait Chunky from Premier. As you can see, it's very dirty. I don't know what happened. It's literally like footprints on it. Don't know what happened there, but very excited to crack open this package. I must have ordered less yarn, I guess, than I did in my last yarn order because I don't think I've ever gotten a bag from Premier before. Usually it always comes in a box, but I do kind of like this bag because it fits better in my house for sure. But it is a bit interesting that it's in a bag. I'm glad that our thunderstorms did not start until today because it would have been so sad if this had to sit out in the rain. Hopefully the yarn would have been okay. I don't know. Here is what my full bag looks like from Premier. Down here we have Premier yarns, hashtag make it Premier. Not sponsored by the way, but Premier, if you see this, I love your brand. Sponsor me. But I actually think that there might be a code. If there is, I'll definitely have it linked down below that gives you all a certain percentage off as well as myself a certain percentage off if you use that code. So check that out. If it's real, we'll find out later, I guess. But yes, here is my bag from Premier. Let's crack it open and see what yarn I got. I honestly can't remember now. I'm having a Premier blackout. Oh my gosh. Conveniently already has a tear in it. Shout out. Shout out to whoever shipped this. So I can easily tear it open. That would not have been good if there was a thunderstorm when this was shipped, but makes it easy to open the bag, so love that. All right. Oh, let me make sure y'all can't see my address. How embarrassing if I doxed myself right now. Does anyone else get so excited for opening up their yarn shipment? It makes me so happy. It's the one thing that makes me happier than seeing the package on my front porch is actually opening the package. If you know, you know. The first colorway that we have is Toffee. This is what it looks like. It's this really pale kind of brown color. It almost looks like a green or a gray. It's honestly a bit hard to describe it, but definitely a brown, a pale brown green, a pale like swamp color is the best way to explain it, which I feel like doesn't sound very pretty or luxurious, but sometimes you don't want your color to be pretty and luxurious, if you know what I mean. It also feels very nice as well. It's that perfect texture. It's a little bit waxy to be honest, but nothing too bad. It seems like it'll be really nice, very easy to work with. I won't struggle with it. But that's usually honestly how Parfait Chunky is for me. Usually if I order say 30 skeins of it, only have 1 or 2 bad skeins, which I mean, that's pretty good. So love it. Here's Toffee. Next we have Cream, and this is just exactly like the name sounds. It's a cream color, so off-white. Oh, I just realized I'm holding it upside down. Sorry, you guys. But here is the cream. This one is so soft. This one's even softer than the Toffee. I feel like you can almost tell because it's just falling apart. The skein is. It's like a butter. It's going to be so easy and so smooth to work with. I can already tell. And this is definitely one of my most used colors. Gotta love cream. Next, we have a color that I've never gotten before. This is Lagoon. And it is a bluish green color. It's like a more muted teal. Not super bright, but a little darker, a little more muted, not dark, more muted. do y'all love the way I describe colors? I don't know if y'all can tell, but I was not an artist at all in my life. But that's the best way I would describe it. More of a teal. This one feels more like how the toffee one feels. So it's not as buttery as the cream, but definitely still going to be a dream to work with. Not going to have any issues with this. I'm so excited to use it for the first time. And the next color we have, and this is one of my favorite colors, which is kind of funny because I actually do not like the color purple at all, but this shade specifically I really, really adore. It is Orchid, and it's this super, super pretty purpley color. It's almost like a magenta. I think that's why I like it so much, because my favorite color is pink, and my favorite color as a kid was magenta, but I've never been into purple, and I mean, this is pretty purple though, so maybe I am becoming a purple girly now, but I just think this color is so beautiful and vibrant. But I will have to say, this skein does not feel the nicest, which is not typical for, again, Parfait Chunky in general, but also for the orchid color. I will say I've gotten this color many, many times before. As I said, it's one of my favorites. I think it's so pretty. I use it on my mini sea creatures, and I've never had it feel this texture before. It's always been really soft, but this time it is a little bit waxy, so not really sure what's up with that. But I still don't think I should have too many problems crocheting with it. Even if I do, I always push through it. I don't really mind too much if it's waxy. I just push through the pain. But yes, here is Orchid. Next, we have another color that I've never used before, and it is Eggplant. So this is a very deep and dark purple color. If you're a purple fan, I'm sure you'd love this. As I already said, I'm not a big purple girl, so it's whatever to me, but I think it's definitely a really good purple color if you need purple. And I got 2 skeins of this. One of them was in this plastic and the other one was just like this, so I'm interested to see if they feel the same or if they feel different. I don't know if it matters that one of them is out of the package and one of them isn't, but you never know. But this one feels like how the toffee one feels, so not the buttery smooth of the cream, but definitely still feels like it'll be a dream to work with. Now for this one in the plastic, this one feels the same. They definitely feel the same. I don't think it being in the plastic mattered, but it's just weird. Like, why was one of them in plastic and one of them wasn't in the plastic? Which I know that, isn't it 3 that come in here? So they just take however many out, but I don't know. Anyway, let me not think about it too much. This is the eggplant color, and again, it feels great. Feels like a dream to work with. Highly recommend if you need a dark purple color. And now we have a new color alert! I am excited about this because, I mean, it's a new color. I'm pretty sure of Parfait Chunky. So obviously I've never used it before, but it is Cocoa! And I love this shade of brown. It is so pretty. This is like the perfect shade of brown, depending on obviously what you're trying to make, but in terms of shades of brown, it's a very, very pretty color. It's kind of like a mix between chocolate and caramel. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to even explain it, but it's honestly my favorite color of brown yarn that I think I've ever gotten. I just think it's so pretty and so versatile. You could use it for so many different projects, so many different things. Also, the feel of it is exactly like the cream. It's so just buttery, smooth, and soft. I'm so excited to work with this. I think it would make such a cute teddy bear. I was not planning on making a teddy bear with this, but now I want to because it's so, soft, and the color of brown would be perfect, like classic teddy bear color. I really like this yarn and I'm excited to work with it. Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Sorry. I love Mean Girls.
Glen Coco? Fall for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
And next we have another one of my favorite Parfait Chunky shades. It is Mint. And let me just tell y'all, I am already so ecstatic for this because I honestly just wanted to get another skein of mint because I still have a full skein of mint, but it feels awful. I hate the texture of it. It's so waxy. I know I said that I deal with it when skeins of yarn are waxy, I'll crochet through the pain, but sometimes it's just too hard, y'all. It's so hard. So I really just wanted to get another skein of mint for that reason. I also do have a project in mind for this, but yes, love the mint color. It always sells so well no matter what I make with it. Very popular color. Highly recommend. And yes, if I didn't already say it, this one does feel better than the skein that I have. This one feels very similar to the toffee, so not the super buttery smooth of the cream. It's a little bit waxier, but not super waxy, like just a ball of wax like the other skein of mint was. This one's definitely a lot softer than that. And the next color I have to show y'all is Emerald. And this is definitely my favorite shade of green from Parfait Chunky. I know that there is a new shade of green though. I want to say it's called Kelly Green, and I have not tried that colorway yet. And I think that that green looks really pretty too, so who knows, that might end up becoming my new favorite shade of green. But of course, since it was new, it was out of stock, as most of the new colors are. I got really lucky with the cocoa, I guess, because now it's out of stock, but at the time it wasn't. But since I couldn't get the Kelly green, I just went with the tried and true emerald because this color is super pretty. I do love it for a green. It's a very good grassy green color, very vibrant. I enjoy working with it. This skein, I will say, is a bit on the tougher, waxier side. It's a little bit waxier than the toffee. I feel so silly. I just keep referring to the yarns either if they feel like toffee or cream, but hopefully it's known by now. If it feels like cream, it's the buttery. If it's toffee, then it's a little waxier. And this one's giving the toffee, but it's definitely a little waxier than even that. Not too horrible, not like the mint that I was talking about earlier, but this one might be a little tough to crochet with, not gonna lie. I guess we'll find out. This one's kind of giving the same consistency as the orchid one that I opened earlier. That seems like it would be a little tough to crochet with. But we'll see. I'm sure I can push through it, like all things. But this is Emerald. And next we have 3 skeins of this color because I use it surprisingly frequently, and I think it'll make sense to you guys, especially right now with the spooky season plushies, why I might need a lot of this color specifically. But it is Tangerine. And since I got 3 of these, it did just come in the plastic, a case of 3, but I will crack it open and touch it to let y'all know if it feels nice or not, of course. Alright, here is a skein of the Tangerine out of the plastic, and hopefully y'all can see it's a super very pretty vibrant orange color. This is my favorite orange yarn that I get, my favorite shade of orange yarn. It's just a very true orange color, literally like the color of an orange. So I really love it, definitely my favorite. It has a very nice texture, really like the texture of this one, definitely giving cream, definitely giving that buttery soft feeling that the skein of cream was giving. And again, since all 3 were in the same package, all 3 of these do feel the same. So this is Tangerine. And the next color I have to show y'all is another one that I buy very frequently. This is probably the color that I use the most, maybe the second most, but I did have to get 3 skeins of it. It is black. So let me again take one of these out of the plastic for y'all. Here is what the black looks like up close. And let me just tell y'all off the bat, this is so soft. Definitely giving the same energy as the cream. Super buttery smooth. It's going to be an absolute dream to work with this stuff. I'm constantly going through black Parfait Chunky. This is definitely, again, the color that I buy the most or the second most. It's just dark, just black. I don't know how else to explain the color. It's just a true black color, and it does the job. It's great. Highly recommend if you need black yarn. And finally, we have the color of yarn that made me say that black might be the second most used instead of the first. It is white, which I also got 3 skeins of because, again, I probably go through this color the most. I use it on the most plushies because so many of my plushies have white accents, from the bigger pieces to pretty much every single one of my mini sea creatures has a white belly. So I definitely go through a ton of white. Let me get one out of the plastic to show y'all up close. Here is what the white Parfait Chunky looks like up close. Just like the black, there's not really much explaining to do when it comes to this color. It's just a very pure, angelic white color. So if you need white yarn, this is definitely a go-to. Definitely my go-to yarn. Highly recommend it. And let me tell you guys again, this yarn haul, unboxing, whatever you want to call it, really has just been amazing because this yarn also it just feels like a cloud. It is so soft and smooth. This is going to be a absolute joy to work with. I'm excited to get started on all my projects because this was the last color of yarn that I have to show y'all. My premier bag is now empty. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole part of the video. Hopefully it was informative. You know, this is the part where we learn about yarn. I hope y'all enjoyed that yarn haul. If you were on the fence about buying Parfait Chunky or about any of the colorways, I hope that this was helpful and informative for y'all. And again, if they do have that little referral link thing, I'll make sure to put that down below. Again, I don't think I get any like money for that or anything. I think it literally just gives you guys like 10% off or something, which is so awesome. And then I think it gives me that same coupon as well. So you would be helping me out, which thank you, but I would also be helping you out. So it's a shared thing. Really hope that exists. Definitely check down below. I'm sure I'll put something on the screen that says like, yes, it exists, or no, sad face, it doesn't. We'll see. But now that we've done the yarn haul, let's get into the different patterns that I got and what colors of this yarn that I just showed you I'm planning to use for each of those patterns. The first pattern that I wanted to share with y'all is a bit of an honorable mention because I'm not actually using any of the Parfait Chunky from this haul for this pattern. I've also already mentioned this pattern in a past video, but just in case you didn't watch that video, I just wanted to share it here as well because I think that the pattern is so cute. It is the Zombie Bobo Bear pattern by Innocent Teddies, and I absolutely loved this pattern right when I saw it because it reminded me of the two-headed bunny that I made recently, and I just love pretty much any type of plushie or anything in life that is two-toned. My whole style pretty much has always been two-toned. I've always had like split dye hair, or I've always done the Harley Quinn thing and done red and black. I used to have like pink and blue hair and my whole style was pink and blue. I've always loved just like the dual tones, dual colors. And so, of course, I absolutely fell in love with this pattern when I saw it. And this was one that I did want to try to make immediately because I thought that it would look super, super cute with blanket yarn or blanket style yarn. I'm not sure if this is exactly blanket yarn, so I'm sorry if I'm incorrect about that. I just call it blanket yarn because that's what it reminds me of. But I used Premier Basics Chenille. I used this one, which is the pastel color in the multicolored of the Basics Chenille. And I also used Cotton Candy in Premier Basics Chenille. But, and if you watched last week's video, I'm sorry that this is a repeat of some disappointing news. This is as far as I got on the little bear. Unfortunately, I ran out of the cotton candy color, so I was unable to finish it. And of course, by the time I found out, I had already put in the order for the Parfait Chunky, so I wasn't able to add a skein of the cotton candy into my order. But one day he will be complete, and I did just want to mention that pattern because I think it's such a cute spooky season pattern, and he's already looking so cute. I can only imagine just how adorable he would be if he was actually completed. The next pattern that I'll be crocheting this spooky season is this super cute little Grim Reaper pattern by Mrs. Chance Crochet. And I'm so excited to make this guy because I've been wanting to crochet a little tiny Grim Reaper for months now, and I've just been saving it for spooky season since I knew that's when it would make the most sense. But I love to play The Sims 4, and Nifty Knitting is one of my absolute favorite packs in the game because it's the closest activity you can get to crochet without having to get any mods. Which, by the way, Sims team, if you somehow stumble across this, would absolutely love crochet in the game because knitting is not the same as crochet. But anyway, also in the Sims 4 game, if you don't play, if you don't know anything about it, when your Sim dies, there's a Grim Reaper character who comes to take your Sim away to the underworld or whatever. I think it's called something in The Sims. I'm such a fake Sims player. I play every day and I can't even think of the words. But if you have the Nifty Knitting add-on pack along with the Sims base game, your Sim can actually knit a ton of different super cute things. One of them being this super cute little tiny Grim Reaper. It's called Lil Grim, and it is so adorable. You can make it in all sorts of colors in the game, anywhere from the classic black to super cute pastels like pink and blue. It's one of my absolute favorite objects in the game. I always make my girly pop knit one so that I can decorate her house with it. So of course I wanted to bring one into the real world. So to find this pattern, I literally just had to search Lil Grim, and it was the first one to pop up. And I thought it was absolutely adorable. I think it's so spot on to the one in the game. And I'm just so absolutely excited to crochet this guy so that I can be twinning with my Sim. As I mentioned, there's so many different colors that Lil Grim comes in The Sims, but for my first one that I'll be making in real life, I want to make a classic black one, so I'll be using black Parfait Chunky, and I'm pretty sure this is the only color that I need for him. So I'm very excited to make my black Lil Grim. And the next pattern that I'm planning on crocheting is this super cute mystery pumpkin by Hugurumi Toys. And I immediately knew that I needed this pattern because I just absolutely love that it's a pumpkin on the outside, but then when you pull on its little stem, either a little ghost or a little bat will pop out of it. Ugh, I'm so obsessed. If you know anything about me, a surprise plushie is one of my absolute favorite things to make. Spoiler alert, but this will not be the only surprise plushie in this list of patterns that I have to share with y'all. I just love that it's also a double surprise because not only is it, of course, a pumpkin on the outside that has a little creature that you can pick up from the stem, but even if you know there's a creature inside of it, you don't know which creature it is. You'll be saying, will there be a ghost? Will there be a bat? Shout out ZM. If anyone else understands that reference, you're such a real one. Shout out. But anyway, I just think that this is so adorable. I can't wait to make it. I'm gonna be so tempted to keep all of these plushies, I feel like, because that is just such a cute little piece of decor. Like, come on, a pumpkin that has either a little ghost or a little bat popping out of it. Like, that's so creative. Shout out Hugurumi Toys. That is such a creative idea. I love it. And for this pattern, I'm planning to use tangerine for the pumpkin, emerald for the stem of the pumpkin, white for the ghost, and lilac for the bat. Which, yes, of course, this did not just come to me like this. I did grab this out of my yarn storage because I already have like 5 skeins of lilac somehow, so luckily I did not have to order any more of this color. And the next pattern that I want to share with y'all is this super cute Grim Reaper kitty by Lyra Loon. I'm so sorry, by the way, if I'm saying that wrong. But I found this pattern while I was searching for a Lil Grimm pattern, and I just thought this was so adorable. I, again, could not pass it up. I'm a huge cat lover. I absolutely adore cats, all kinds of cats. One of my absolute favorite things to crochet is loaf cats. But I just love cats, especially cats wearing any sort of costume or cats dressed up, which, again, spoiler alert, you'll see that in another pattern as well. But I think it's so adorable, and I am so super excited to make this cute little Grim Reaper kitty. For this pattern, I'll be using black for the kitty's cloak, cream for the kitty, cocoa for the little stick of is it a scythe? I'm not for sure what it's called, but you know, the little stick for the blade that the Grim Reaper cat is holding. And then for the actual blade, I have fog, which this is also Parfait Chunky. Again, I have so many skeins of this already, so I did not have to order more, luckily. But this is fog from Parfait Chunky. And the next pattern that I'll be crocheting and I want to share with y'all is actually a 2-in-1 pattern that includes both a kitten in a pumpkin pattern and a bat pattern. And it is by Barunka Crochet. Again, my apologies if I'm saying that wrong. But as mentioned earlier, I am a huge cat lady and I love a cat in a costume. So what first drew me into this pattern was that cute little kitty in a pumpkin, because come on, that is so adorable. You can actually take the cat out of the pumpkin too, which I think is so cute. I'm so excited to make it. I can't get over it. I just think it's so cute. Come on, a cat in a pumpkin, like, please be serious. But of course, it also came with the bat pattern, which I was so excited about, the fact that these two were bundled together, because I was also really wanting to make a medium-sized bat, because as a kid, I had this favorite bat plushie that my grandma got me from a yard sale, and it looked just like the bat that is in this pattern. So I'm really excited to make that and get that little dose of nostalgia from my childhood. I actually already started making the bat. He's sitting back here. Hello. I also showed this in my last video, hashtag embarrassing, because I haven't gotten any work done on him yet. But as I said, we had a busy weekend, y'all. We were at a wedding. but I'm so excited to finish him. And yes, that is what he is going to end up being, is a little bat. And the colors that I'll be using for these two patterns are Seal for the bat, and again, I already had some of this in my yarn stash, so luckily I did not have to order more. I'll also be using Fog for the body of the bat. For the kitten, I really want to make a black little kitty because I just think that would be super cute. And for the pumpkin, I'll be using Tangerine, of course. And finally, for the stem of the pumpkin, I'll be using Cocoa. And the final spooky season pattern that I picked out during my little impulse Etsy shopping spree was this super cute Scarecrow pattern by Whim to Be, and it comes with two different variations of Scarecrow. And I picked out this pattern because I felt like all the other patterns that I already picked out were giving very much Halloween vibes, which I do love because Halloween is my favorite holiday, but I really did want to crochet something that would give more of that autumn type of vibe. And growing up, my mom always had the cutest scarecrows that she would use to decorate our yard during the fall time. And I always loved the scarecrows as a kid. I would always name them the silliest names. Most of the time it would just be Jack and Jill or something so dumb. But I really loved scarecrows as a kid. And of course, they still have a special place in my heart as an adult. So I really wanted to crochet a scarecrow. And I looked through dozens of scarecrow patterns and I just kept coming back to this one. I thought it was so adorable and I'm really excited to make them. For the skin, I'm planning to use toffee. We'll see if I actually do because this was my first time purchasing toffee and it is a little bit more of a gray color, honestly, than I thought it would be. But it might look good for that burlap sack effect that I'm going for the scarecrows. We'll have to see, but I do wish it was a little bit more brown. Next, I'll be using Emerald for the more feminine scarecrows hat and shoes, and for the more masculine scarecrows overalls. And then I'll be using Tangerine for the femmes shirt and pants, and for the masks hat. And finally, I'll be using Orchid for the femmes dress and for the masks shirt. I know that I said the Scarecrow pattern was the last spooky season pattern that I picked out, but we still have another pattern, which is the one that I'll be using for the custom order that I got. And just a warning ahead of time, this pattern is 18 plus. I will be blurring it out on the screen just because I don't want to get into it with YouTube. But if you do want to see it in its full effect, you can definitely click the link down below where I have all the patterns linked at. But this plushie is a surprise Halloween ghost by Pop Cut Object. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. A ghost sitting on top of a pumpkin, of course. But when you take the ghost off of its pumpkin, not a Halloweenie! Yes, this is a Halloweenie pumpkin with a ghost on top of it. This is what my friend requested I make for her. She requested 6 of them, which usually it is hard for me to make a lot of the same plushie in a row. But I really do not foresee myself getting burnt out with having to make 6 of these guys just because they are so funny and fun and I'm obsessed with them. I'm so happy that she requested this pattern because it's definitely not one that I probably would have went out of my way to purchase, just because I do try to keep all my plushies family friendly since I do a lot of in-person markets and such. But of course, I'm an adult who finds adult humor absolutely hilarious. And so I'm so excited to make these. I think they're so funny, and I honestly hope that after I make these and I'm able to post pictures of them, maybe even more people will want to custom order them, because I just can already tell that it's going to be such a fun pattern to make. For these Halloweenie ghosts, she requested that I use white for all 6 of the ghosts. She also requested that all 6 of the pumpkins are orange, so I'll be using tangerine. She requested that half of her Halloweenies are black, so I'll be using black for those. And for the other 3 Halloweenies, she requested that they be dark purple. And I thought that was perfect since the dark purple Parfait Chunky colorway is called eggplant. I thought that was very, very fitting for the little Halloweenies. And the final pattern that I want to mention in this video is not a spooky season pattern, but I did purchase the yarn for it in my recent yarn haul. So I do want to fill you in on what I'm planning to make with that. But it is this super cute Fortnite Sprite pattern. So if you play Fortnite, there's these little like water sprites that are in the game. They're seasonal. I have to be honest, I don't know much about them other than that they're super cute, because I'm not a real gamer girly. Like I said, I like to play The Sims and like really cozy games like that. So Fortnite Battle Royale, not the place for me. When I play Fortnite, I play Pet Heroes Adventure because it's very chill and very cute. But I know that the sprites are super cute, and my fiance loves the Fortnite sprites because my fiance actually plays Battle Royale. And so I have been wanting to make her a little sprite for the longest time. So I'm super excited to do that for her. For the sprite, I'll be using this Lagoon color for the main body color, and I'll be using mint for the accent color on the belly. That's all the patterns I have to show y'all today. I hope you enjoyed the yarn haul and the little spooky season pattern roundup. Definitely let me know if you're going to be crocheting any of these patterns along with me. Again, I think it would be kind of fun to do a live crochet along. I've never gone live on YouTube before, but maybe on TikTok if anyone would be interested in that. Again, I don't know if it'll happen, but I think it would be kind of fun. I used to go live on TikTok all the time. I was known as a dress to impress girly. That's what I used to do. That's what I'm comfortable with on there. But I think it would also be fun to crochet as well. Unless any of you guys also like to play dress to impress, that would be fun to get back into. But if you liked today's video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. I would really appreciate it. And make sure to leave me a comment of what your favorite pattern was that I showed today. But if you're a shy girly like me and you don't want to leave an actual word comment, I think it would be so fun to leave an emoji of whatever your favorite pattern was that I went through this video. Or if there's not a specific emoji that you feel best explains a pattern, maybe leave a few emojis, like a chain of emojis, and then I can see if I can figure out which pattern you're talking about. That might be kind of fun. But also make sure to hit subscribe if you do want to see more of my face on your feed. And all my other social media will be linked down below if you want to find me elsewhere. And as always, I hope you all have a magical rest of your day. Bye-bye!